I am going to be fulfilling a request today for a soft-spoken grocery list, but the difference in this video is that I'm going to be typing my grocery list. I normally write it, and I have had some requests to write with pencil, so I'm going to get to that very soon, but I decided to go ahead and use my computer today to type out a grocery list since I have had that requested, and several people have said they like typing sounds, as do I. So I'm going to do that, and I'm going to be chewing bubble yum. I'm going to start off with one piece, and we might add another piece as we go along. I have my laptop here in my lap, so I will probably be back and forth looking at the camera and looking at my laptop as I tell you guys about the stuff that I'm getting and also type out the ingredients. I have to chew this gum first for a minute before I can talk and chew. Okay, so I'm going to be doing 2 different meals this week. I'm going to do what I normally do, where I go ahead and add all the ingredients to my list, and then I'll kind of go through my pantry and check off what I have already before I go to the store. I think the things that I'm getting are going to come from 3 different stores: Trader Joe's, Walmart, and Sam's Club. I don't have to go to Sam's Club, but they have a better price on a few things. And I feel like the taste is better to me, in my opinion. Okay. So, I've got to make sure I keep this plugged in because it's going to die if it's not plugged in. Okay. Grocery list. So, this week I'm going to make at least these 2 meals. I don't know about you guys, but my family does leftovers, so when I make a meal, I usually try to make at least enough for 2 meals, because I'm not going to cook every night of the week. So that's just a lot of work for no reason. I know some people who do not eat leftovers, and I don't understand it. But all the more respect if you are preparing all of those meals. I try to make, like I said, at least enough for 2 meals. So, my husband found this recipe. I've never made it myself before, but you all know that I like to make Asian food. And my husband really loves orange chicken. And I can't remember having made this before, but he sent me this recipe that he found, and it doesn't look very complicated, so I'm going to try it. And that'll be kind of a new recipe for me. And then we're also going to do gyros, Greek gyros. So here we go with let's do the orange chicken first. So this is where I typically, if I get chicken, I like to get it at Sam's because it's usually cheaper. It's usually cheaper at Sam's than at Walmart. Sometimes Aldi will have it cheaper than Sam's. But not always. So I usually get it at Sam's. So I'm going to get my chicken there. And then the rest of the stuff I probably will just get at Walmart. So I'll just go ahead and say we will need white rice. And I get jasmine rice. I really like jasmine rice. I think I've said that before, but that's the kind that I get. I'm trying to remember all of these spices, and I'm not 100% sure that I'm going to remember them all right here, but I know we use salt and pepper, garlic, ginger. I think there's cumin. I think paprika, chili powder. Again, quite a few of these spices I already have, but I'm going to add them to my list just so I can use it as kind of a checklist to make sure when I look through my pantry. Because the worst thing is when you get home from the store and you go to make your recipe and realize that you don't have a certain spice. With the paprika, I think he gave the option to do smoked paprika. I don't know if you guys have had that, but it's really good. There may have been a tiny bit of cayenne pepper in this recipe. I have to be careful with that because you all know my husband doesn't love spice. So I'm going to have to go back and check. I know that I need an orange because we're going to use orange zest, orange juice, it calls for, what is that called? Not baking soda, not baking powder. I actually do think it calls for baking powder. But the thing that I'm thinking of is cornstarch. It calls for cornstarch because it kind of gives a batter to the chicken. It kind of thickens it up a little bit. The sauce or whatever, I think I'm going to add it to the outside of the chicken. Or I might add it to the sauce to thicken it up. That might be what I do. I need soy sauce. Watch, I'm going to go back and look at the recipe and I'm going to have forgotten some things. I should have written this down. And tell me what you guys think would go good with orange chicken. I was trying to think of a vegetable to do. I kind of thought about just doing squash and zucchini on the side. onion. If I do that, I'll also do onions. Let's see. I also have orange juice like in a bottle in the fridge if I need to add a little bit of that to the sauce to make it more tangy. Because it says you can either use a fresh orange or actual orange juice from a bottle. So I'm going to use an orange because I feel like that will taste fresher, but I have that on backup if I need it. Okay, I think that's it for that meal. So what you do with that orange chicken is you cook the chicken first. You take all those spices, mix them together, pour it over the chicken, and coat the chicken in those spices. And then you pour a little bit of olive oil, cook it on the stovetop in chunks. Then you set that chicken to the side. Do the sauce in that big pan, and that's when you add like garlic, ginger, orange juice, soy sauce, and those things. And then you add some cornstarch to thicken it up. And then you put the chicken in and mix it all together once that sauce is thick. I hope it turns out. Okay. Then the next meal I'm going to make is the Greek gyros. So at Trader Joe's, I get the gyro meat. So typically that's lamb. And Trader Joe's sells it already pre-sliced and it's pre-cooked, so all you have to do is heat it up, and it has a very good flavor. So it's a very simple meal. So I'm going to get the gyro meat there. And I'm also going to get, they have cucumber, what is it called? Cucumber and maybe it's garlic. Cucumber and garlic tzatziki. It's so good. It has like very thinly sliced cucumbers in it. It's so flavorful. I love tzatziki sauce anyway, but that one is so good. So I'm going to get that, Trader Joe's, and then back to my Sam's list. I'm going to get my, I know the I don't know if this is interchangeable or not, but like you typically eat a gyro on like pita bread, but I really prefer the naan bread at Sam's. It used to be $4.98, and it's recently gone up to $5.48, I believe. But it is, that naan is so good. It comes in really big pieces, and there may be 8 pieces of naan. And another really important thing, because like we can't eat that many pieces before it would go bad, it's really good if you freeze it and thaw it and eat it. It's very similar. So it freezes really well. What I like to do with that naan, I'll use it for lots of different meals. So like I use it for the gyros, and I also use it when I make butter chicken, which is an Indian dish. And what I like to do with the naan is wet it just a little bit with water, put it in the oven at like 375 for like 3 minutes. And then as soon as I take it out of the oven, I use a little, it's like a brush, and I melt butter and add garlic salt to it and mix it together, and I brush that on top of the naan. It's so good. So, so good. So, the rest of the ingredients for this, I believe I can just get at Walmart. So, we need butter, garlic salt, hummus. I usually eat hummus with this meal now. I typically make my own hummus, as you know. But, you know, you can buy hummus anywhere. So I'm just going to add that to my list, and I'll decide if I make it. I need to do chickpeas, olive oil, salt, pepper, garlic cloves, lemons for lemon juice. Right, that's it. Then, once again, jasmine rice. I usually make jasmine rice. I like tomatoes and cucumber in mine. Spinach or lettuce. And then as a side, I will often do diced sweet potatoes. So I do some sweet potatoes, maybe just one. And I will often, to do this as a side for a gyro, I will dice the sweet potato and then saute the sweet potato in paprika, cayenne pepper, cumin, chili powder, garlic powder, salt, pepper. And then you can either eat that as a side with your gyro, or I sometimes will supplement meat with this sweet potato. And it's so good inside the gyro. Then I'm also going to add some things to the list for overnight oats. So I'm making those again right now. So I need to get some more oats. I'll often do like shaved coconut, almond milk, cinnamon, bananas, chia seeds, flax seeds, Maybe that's it. Okay. That's a good little list. I also need to get some more milk for my son. Cheese. I'm going to be making chocolate chip cookies this weekend for our small group at church. So I need to get chocolate chips, butter, sugar, brown sugar, all-purpose flour, salt, baking soda, eggs, I think that's it. I have many of these things, so I just need to check. Okay. So now, I have my list. I'm going to wrap up the video by doing a few minutes of just gum chewing and typing for those who will enjoy that. So, I'm going to add a little bit more gum. I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. I'll see you soon.